suspend elected government justified by a financial emergency. Oh, and how do you know when you're in a financial emergency? Because the governor tells you you're in a financial emergency, or a company he hires to do so does that instead. The Senate version of the bill in Michigan says it has to be humans declaring your fiscal emergency. The House bill says a firm can do that just as well. This is about a lot of things. This is not about a budget. This is using or fabricating crisis to push for an agenda you'd never be able to sell under normal circumstances. And so you have to convince everyone that these are not normal circumstances. These are desperate circumstances, and your desperate measures are therefore somehow required. What this is has a name. It is called shock doctrine. Joining us now is Naomi Klein, columnist at The Nation magazine, fellow at the Nation Institute, and author of the book, The Shock Doctrine, The Rise of Disaster Capitalism, which is, in effect, a book-length warning of all this. Naomi, thank you for being here.
Glad to be with you, Rach.
Do you see disaster capitalism at work in these state budget fights? Because I do.
Yes, I definitely do. But it's important to remember that these guys have been at this for 30 years. I mean, they're part of an ideological movement, and they believe in a whole bunch of stuff that's not very popular. You know, there are some policies in the ideological Republican playbook that a lot of people like. Everyone likes a tax break. But if you talk about, privatizing the local water system, busting unions, privatizing entire towns, things like this, if you run an election and say, this is what I plan to do, chances are you will lose that election. And this is where crises come in. They're very, very handy because you can say we have no choice. You don't have to win the argument anymore. You just have to say the sky is falling in. We have to do this. You can consolidate power. We remember this from the Bush administration. They did this at the federal level after 9/11. They said we have a crisis and we have to essentially rule by fiat. So the first stage is to consolidate power. But that's not the end goal. It's not just to hoard the power. It's then to auction off the state, because these guys really don't believe in the governments that they're running. I mean, this is a really old story, but if we look at what's going on in Wisconsin, why are they so desperate to tie the hands of unions? Why are 16 states facing similar battles? Unions are the final line of defense against privatization of the public sector. Unions are the ones who fight privatization of the school system, of the water system, of the power system. That's where the real money is, and we've got to keep our eye on the prize, because there's a lot of money to be made in these kinds of crony deals that can be rammed through when you have all of that power